Hey guys, what's up? So today I'm back with another episode of Let's Go series. Today we are going to learn about decorators. This is not a problem. So I will just make a whole new file. So I will say create underscore create deck dot py, create deck dot py, right? And here we will do the shebang line. So that's pretty much what we need to do. And then to create a decorator, what I will do, I will say def. Let's say I want to create a decorator which actually converts everything to the caps, right, or the uppercase, or we can say just uppercase everything, right? So what we'll do, we'll say caps underscore decorator, and then I will say it will have a function, the function that we want to call, right? And then what I will do, I will just nest another function which is called, we will call caps wrapper. So what this will do actually, so if I do something like this now, fun equals to the function. So this will be just we are calling the function over here. So now what we will do, make caps equals to func dot upper, right? Now what upper will do is it will actually change that to uppercase, right? Now after this we will just return make caps underscore sorry, not caps, it should be make underscore caps, right? So this is how it will do. And then on the same level I will say return caps wrapper, right? So, caps wrapper is something I want to return. Now to see if it actually works, what I will do, I will just do another, I'll just create another function. So I will say def say underscore hello, the same function that we used earlier, and then I will say this, and everything will be in return this, and then we'll say hello Himanshu, right? And then after this, what I want to say, I will say decorate underscore this equals to, now what we will call here, we will call our function, right? We will say caps underscore decorator, and then we want to say hello. So this is the function we actually need to call, right? And say a decorator just this, and then pretty much it. Now if I run it here, and I will say my file name is create deck.py. So this is not again, this is third time I'm doing this. I'll just do this, right, because it's returning everything, so it should be written like this. And if I did this, see, all the lower cases gets changed to uppercase, right? So does this make sense? Let me walk you through this again. So first I have created a function which is called caps underscore decorator, which actually will decorate everything to particular set or particular value. And then I will say function, I will just write a function, right? And then I will say def caps underscore wrapper. Now this is another function inside function, the nested function we saw here in this file. Let me comment this, should, right? So I just uncommented this, and then what I did, I just assigned a variable which is func, and assigned it to this. I mean, created a function, I used a function and made it like a blank function, a clean function, right? And then what I do, we can just I mean, instead of using something like this, we could have just done func.upper or function.upper, but this is the way actually we do we basically create a simple enclosed function, right? It's an enclosed function. So basically, so this function will call say hello, right? So this is the function, right? If you hover over here, this is the function that we are calling here. So whatever function we pass over here, this is the function that we are calling. So func equals to function, right? Whatever function we have, and then we say make caps func dot upper. So make caps is another variable which actually sets value to for which we have set the value to func dot upper. We are actually doing the uppercase for that, and then we are returning this make underscore caps, right? Now this is when we are returning the caps underscore wrapper. Now when we are doing the return caps wrapper, this is we are returning actually this function altogether. In this function we are returning this particular thing, not actually inside this function we are returning this, and then inside this function we are returning this. I mean we are just returning this function altogether when you are returning the caps underscore decorator functions. Okay, now this is a new function that we have called say hello, and then what it does, it will just return hello underscore hello name, right? And what I use, I will define a normal a simple variable which says decorate underscore this, and say caps underscore decorator, and then say hello, right? So this is what we are calling, same way like function, right? We are calling function here. So caps decorator will call a function, so function value will be say hello, so this function is being called, and then we will say print decorator underscore this. So whatever value comes from here will be shown like this. So this is a small case, this is a lowercase, this is an uppercase. See how we use the how we can use the at decorators, or we can create our own @decorators, right? So let's get started. I will just create a new file. I will just quickly create a new file, and I will call it @decorator.py, right? So here's my @decorator.py, and as usual we will add a /usr/bin/python3 line. Right, this is my interpreter line, and then for doing this, what we will do, we will first actually what we have learned earlier. This is the create decorator file that we have, right? What I'm going to do, I'm just going to remove this whole thing. We don't want this at all. I'll just remove this, and I will call this particular thing over here. So what I will do here, I will say import, and I will say from create dec import. So my function name is caps decorator, right? And now what I will do, just to understand how we can use a single decorator, what we can do, we can say caps decorator. This is my decorator, right? And I say def say underscore hello, right? And then I will do something like this, return hello Himanshu. So same thing that we have done in our other video. So this return Himanshu, and then what we will say print say underscore hello, and this is a function, so hence we will call it like this. Now if we run this particular program, we will say simply what we'll say python3 @decorator.py, right? So you see this. So instead of doing, so just a quick comparison how this is done, I will just put this file here so you can see how it is done over here. So basically this file, it actually does the caps decorator part, right? It decorates, it does the caps decorator, and then caps wrapper and caps, right? So here we have to do this like this, you know, do this, and then we have to call caps decorator and then say hello. So this is pretty much actually long enough, right? Not very long, but long enough. So instead of doing all this here, what I did, I just imported the caps decorator. If you have not, if you don't know about it, you can, the import part, you can actually check the other videos. And so I have actually imported this caps decorator over here, and then caps decorator is being called, right? I'm just using this @decoration. This is a decoration, so this makes it a decorator, right? So, and then when I say hello, and what it does, it will just use pretty much the whole function without actually writing this whole function over and over again, and just print what my first function says, like, right? So this is how basically we do for a single line decorator. Now, what if I want to do a multi-line decorator, right? So in order to do that, what I will do in my old file, the create decorator file, I will create another function, right? I will say def uh, split underscore letters, right? And I will say, I will just make it same way. I will just call it a function, right? I'm just saying, okay, this is a function now. Def split underscore wrapper, right? So this is my wrapper, and here I will say something like, because it's my split wrapper, I will do same thing like this, right? So I will just type it real fast, because this is coming from the old letters, right? Old not old letters, this old function, so it does not make much sense, making boring you through this. So I will just write it quickly, and we'll say make underscore split underscore let split underscore words, basically, and I will say func, this is my func, and then dot func dot split, right? And this is split. Now it should actually give me split the string, right? So what I will say, I've written in this for this particular function, the split wrapper, I will written split underscore words. So this will be written, and out of it I will return the split wrapper, right? So this is how we will do it, right? Now here it does not say anything, right? It just gives me this, right? Now what I will do from this, in this particular file, use, if I want to use split letters, so I will say split letters is also what I want to use. Now other than additional to this, what I will do, I will say add split underscore letters, and then if I save this program and just hit this, right, it actually capitalized this, it made it uppercase, and then it is split it by this comma, right? Okay, so this is basically how we do this splitting, and to splitting the function, or not splitting, actually using two. So basically this is how we actually divide this so this is basically how we actually use two decorators, multiple decorators. If you have more than one decorators, you can pretty much go ahead and use it. It's pretty much okay to do so, and it's very much recommended way to actually do like this. Instead of writing phone function over and over again, just do something like this, right? Now this is something we call that like a simple decorator. Now we have seen the decorators with arguments, the other functions where we have seen the arguments. So I'll just remove this part, right? And we'll keep this just in order to make it look smaller. I'll just do like this, and then what we'll do, we'll say def decorator underscore with underscore, I want to do with his argument, right, with args, and I will pass here a function as usual, and then I will create another function inside this function, and we'll say wrap underscore with underscore args, right? And here I will say arg1 and then arg2, right? So if I do like this, and I will say here, I'll say print my cities are, right? So I will do something like this, and I will say first is 0, right? And then I will make another one which is 1. So these are the two arguments, argument 0 and 1, right? 1 and 2 we have defined here, and then dot format, and I will define here arg1 and arg2. So these are two things, right? We have defined arg1, arg2 here, and then we will say function is that, right? And then we will say arg1 and arg2, right? Does make sense? And then we will say return wrapper and wrap underscore with underscore arguments, not within wrapper. And then, so you do understand what's going on over here, right? Now what I want to say, this is pretty much okay, right? What is unexpected indentation? Oh, sorry. So this should be here. And then, okay, this is one wrapper. Now this is one function. Now what if I want to create another function which actually use this argumented function, right? Now what I will say def my cities, right? cd1, we would say cd1 and cd2, right? These are my two cities, and what I will don't say is print. I haven't used decorators yet, right? Cities I love are, right? And what happened here? So I will say 0 and I would say 1, right? And then I will just go ahead and format. It's okay if you do dot, if you use F and then do that, but just for the sake of doing this, I'm city1 and city2, right? So this is how it works. Now what I will do, I want to see what cities. So my cities, and then I will say Yekaterinburg, and I will say Krasnoyarsk, right? So these are my two cities, and in order to just we have to do is, yeah, because it's print over here, so I don't have to worry about this. Now now what I will do, I will use my decorator. So I have not imported that yet, so I will say add decorator with args. So now what I will do, I will just use my decorator here, decorator with the args, and then if I hit this, see, my cities are Yekaterinburg and city I love are Yekaterinburg, and this Hello Manchu is coming from here. So if I just do this and just run over here and we'll say like this, so that's how we do this, right? So this is how we do the wrapper with arguments, and this is how we do the the add, using the add decorator. I mean, creating, this is how we actually do the decorators, make the decorators using the add symbol, and then also we have seen how to use the decoration with arguments. So that's all for today's video, and I will come back with the next video. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment, and if you did enjoy my video, do like, share and subscribe. So I will see you next time. Till then, goodbye.